Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, it's time to give you an update on the Tropics because yesterday we said there was not that big a chance. Well, how things could change in 24 hours. Go to the National Hurricane Center. Just put it NHC in your Google search engine. You'll come up with the National Hurricane Center, and they list tropical disturbances. Well, a tropical wave located over in the eastern tropical Atlantic continues to produce a large area of showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions appear conducive for the development of this system over the next few days into a tropical depression. That could happen by the early part of next week. While it moves westward at around 15 miles an hour over the tropical Atlanta, it is approaching the Windward Islands. Formation over the next 48 hours, about 20%. Formation into a tropical depression or tropical storm within the next 5 days, 70%. So it's one of those you got to keep your eye on. It's still out, still closer to the African coast than it is anywhere around us. And as we know, that means that all kind of things can move. But the Atlantic basin in the last 24 hours has gone from nothing but a couple of tropical waves to a system that may become a tropical depression. Invest 94L is showing greater potential for development. The system is still a long way from the states, as I said. It faces several problems, including Sahara dust. It's also so far south it may run into South America. However, it finds if it shifts just a little north, it'll find a more fluid atmosphere for development and less dust and wind shear around the Caribbean. They're currently, like I said, projecting a 60 to 70% chance for development. If it does develop this storm, it will be named Bonnie. The Hurricane Center is also monitoring two other tropical storms in the Atlantic Basin, including one in the Western Caribbean. Invest 93 is located just off the eastern tropical Atlanta, southwest of Cape Verde. Another tropical wave in the central Atlantic is moving northeast towards French Guiana. And a third tropical wave in the Western Caribbean is located northeast of Honduras, stretches across Panama and the Pacific, and it's moving west, so it's actually moving away from us, even though it's in the Caribbean. So, after what we went through yesterday with the big storms and everything, this is something to just every day we'll give you a tropics update, or every couple days we'll give you a tropics update, and just keep you informed. Go to Mike's weather page on Facebook if you have that option. It is one of the best resources you will find on the internet for following and knowing about upcoming storms towards the United States. So I suggest Mike's weather page on Facebook is a very, very good resource for tracking storms. Oil prices, Brent crude is $111.60, $111.60 a barrel, up $1 from yesterday. And WTI crude is at $106.20, up $1.55 from yesterday. So oil's back on the rise. Prices have dropped considerably in Florida. The national average is $4.92. Florida average is 20 cents less than that at $4.72. We are 7 cents below the state average at $4.65 here in Marion County. Lake County's at $4.63. Citrus County's at $4.72. Levy County is at $4.80. Alachua County is at $4.80. Putnam County is at $4.77. And Volusia County is at $4.64. So that's all the surrounding counties of Marion, all the counties that surround Marion. But Marion at $4.65. The only county lower in our general area than Marion is Lake County at $4.63, just to the south of us. So gas about average $4.65 a gallon here in Marion County. Your cheapest gas, according to Gas Buddy, this is of an hour ago, Sam's Club on Southwest College Road. If you're a member there, you can get it for $4.31. The Murphy Express on Southwest 200, $4.40. The Murphy USA on East Silver Springs Boulevard, $4.41. The Circle K on East Florida 40 in Silver Springs, $4.41. The Wawa on West Silver Springs Boulevard, $4.41. The Circle K on Southwest College Road, $4.46. The Chevron on Southwest 27th Avenue, $4.47. The Mobile and Circle K on East Florida 40 in Silver Springs, $4.47. The Circle K on Southeast Maricamp, $4.47. And the Marathon gas station on Southeast Maricamp, $4.51. So your top 10 gas stations around the county start at $4.31 at Sam's Club, and the 10th least expensive is the Marathon on Maricamp at $4.51. So there's a fluctuation of 20 cents just in the 10 cheapest, as reported by Gas Buddy 1 hour ago. So if you have any updates or you know of any gas stations where that price has changed or it's come down, please, 352-622-9622. I was talking to my friend Chad yesterday, and he is in Davie, Florida. He works in Davie, Florida. And I go, how's gas down there? And he goes, it's actually pretty affordable right now. And then he stopped it. He goes, but let me preface that we're over $4. Everything's well over $4 a gallon. We think that's affordable now. That's a bad thing for our economy. Well, we agreed on that. I go, well, how affordable? He goes, well, it's $4.88 here. I go, that's not as affordable as it is in Ocala. And I told him what our prices were. He's still kicking himself for ever moving, selling his house and moving out of Ocala. But he down in Davie, it's $4.88. So we're pretty good here at $4.31 is our cheapest, $4.51 is our 10th cheapest. And this one, what I like about these prices is they're up and down Silver Springs Boulevard, they're up and down 200, they're on 27th Avenue, they're on both the east side and the west side of town. So the prices are starting to come down countywide. But if oil goes back up, you know what's going to happen. Prices of gas will go back up as well. I never understood, how to do gas calculators. But then I went to just see, because I like going, to places real close to where I'm at and everything. So I just wanted to see, just if you had to, if I had to drive my Cadillac from Jacksonville to Orlando, I wanted to see what it would cost me, according to AAA, how they do their pricing, to figure out what it costs people and how they figure out how many people are going to drive and everything through people sending them in messages and all. But I wanted to see what they would calculate for me if I was to use what the fuel cost would be to drive from Orlando to Jacksonville and back. It's not very far. It's 140 miles one way. According to AAA, just in fuel cost, that's a $57 trip. People are going to make that trip this weekend from Jacksonville to Orlando to take in the amusement parks and everything. Just in gas, you're going to spend almost $60 to go 140 miles and back. Almost $60 if you were in a vehicle comparable to my Cadillac. $60. So I wanted to see what it would be if I was in a car that didn't, like a Toyota Prius, because they're battery operated and they run, they run on batteries and fuel. So I went a 2010, and then I wanted to get a Prius just to see what it would do. just to see what the totals are. And then calculate that. Round trip only costs $27. $30 cheaper. There's the answer, folks. It's not electric cars. It's hybrids. You still have a gas motor. When you need the power of a gasoline combustion engine, you still have it. But it cuts the fuel cost by $30. Now that's a Toyota Prius, right? Well, Tom, do it in a Chevrolet Suburban. One of the Chevrolet Suburbans. Do it in one of the newer Chevrolet or GMCs. So I went to GMC and I got the newest GMC you could get. The newest one they calculate, 2018. Okay, that's the newest GMC they get. And I'm going with the, let me see which one I want to pick here. Let's go with the Sierra Hybrid, okay? Two-wheel drive. Sierra Hybrid, two-wheel drive. Biggest one they got. 280 miles. It's about $50. So it's still $8. And the Sierra's a bigger vehicle than my Cadillac. So it's still about $7, $8 cheaper. And that's a hybrid. You can pull your boat with it and everything, and it's more like the Escalade than it is the But then I went to the hybrid Yukon. That's a big vehicle. Hybrid Yukon. It's $52. It's still $5 cheaper than my Cadillac. That's the answer, folks. Right there, if you believe the calculator for AAA. A Yukon hybrid. Which is twice the size of my Cadillac, twice as heavy, gets about a mile more a gallon than my Cadillac gets. That's the answer. Hybrid. The regular Yukon gets about 15 miles. The hybrid gets 24 miles to the gallon. Electric cars are some electric cars and the use of electricity, the batteries and hybrids and all. Electric cars are great. Don't get me wrong, but I believe the answer, the overall answer of the next 100 years anyway, 50 years, unless technology far advances where I think it will, is the hybrid motor. That gas powers the motor to recharge the batteries. And then you go on the battery power until they need to be recharged, and the gas motor kicks in, recharges the batteries again. A GMC Yukon hybrid, 1500, a C1500, saves you about $5 on that trip, round trip from Jacksonville to Orlando versus my 6-cylinder Cadillac. That's the answer. Hybrids. We'll take a break. We'll be back to wrap up hour number 2. Coming up after the break, wrapping up hour number 2. Then it's Dumb Crook News, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. QC Kinetics, 400-4550.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, somebody texts me in and goes, how much does I have a 2018 Ram ProMaster pickup. What would the calculations be for that? So I put it in real quick. You can do this all at AAA gas prices. They have a calculator, gas price calculator. You can put it all in there. For a 2018 Ram pickup truck to go from Orlando to Jacksonville and back, round trip, 280 miles. It'll cost you, according to AAA, $46. A full $11 less than my 2010 Cadillac six-cylinder will cost. I'm just telling you, hybrid's going to be hybrid, part electric, part gas. That's going to be the answer to our gas problems. 622-9622 is the number to call if you want to be part of the discussion. 622-9622 is the number to call if you want to be a part of the discussion. I just started putting stuff in the calculator to see, and found that you can clearly see when the option of hybrid or flex fuel is there, that it exponentially helps. And I drew the correlation to the late 70s when the big gas guzzlers got outdistanced by the foreign invasion that were bringing in cars and trucks that would run on half the fuel. And there was a big switch. Well, that's going to happen again, it looks like. And all the car manufacturers and truck manufacturers are doing their utmost best to create these things. And the flex fuel and hybrid models are cutting your fuel cost sometimes in half, but most of the time about 25%. And that's huge. You know, if you're spending $100 a week in fuel, if you had one of these flex fuels or hybrids, you'd be $75 instead of $100. That's saving you about $112 a month because a month's 4.3 weeks. Over the period of a year, that saves you, a little over $1,300. Well, Tom, cars and all are so expensive now. I'm not saying go out and get a new car or anything. I'm just saying the answer to these questions about what are we going to do about rising fuel costs if the administration doesn't do anything but give us an 18-cent reduction on a tax for 3 months, that the most viable solution, in my opinion, is hybrid or flex fuel vehicles, not electric. And not gas. We know gas, when it's just all gas, you drink the gas. When it's all electric, you got issues about how long the electric car can go in one trip. And when you look at the fully electric F-150 and the fully electric Silverado that they're producing, they have no tow package whatsoever because you would eat up the electric and they wouldn't go very far at all because of the added drag of a boat or a trailer or something like that. So they're not even advertising those trucks can be used for that. Flex fuel and hybrid trucks can be used for that. The motors kick on when they need the extra power. I think that's the solution, and nobody's talking about that. It's either all electric. Joe Biden wants it all electric. Well, flex fuel and hybrid seem to be doing a pretty good job. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Morning, Tom.
Morning, Hugh.
Yeah, I was just wondering if motorcycle sales is not really going high with the people going into a motorcycle for transportation because of being cheaper. If the sales haven't jumped up on that,
right? I'm sure that the sales of motorcycles have jumped because it's a cheaper alternative.
Exactly, and of course, it's motorcycles are dangerous, as we all know. It seems like every week somebody's getting bumped off on a motorcycle, which is terrible.
But who would have thought that a 2018 Ram ProMaster pickup truck would be $11 cheaper to drive from Orlando to Jacksonville and back than it would be in my 6-cylinder Cadillac that's about half the weight?
Yeah, it's probably good, I guess. I agree with you with these vehicles being half gas and half battery. That's a wonderful alternative rather than going all electric. And let's just see if that doesn't maybe catch on and go someplace.
Seems like the only viable option. Thanks for the call, Hugh. We're up against the break.
Okay, take care.
Yep. Coming up next, Dumb Crook News takes over. Susan Schmitz joins us as we go through Dumb Crook News. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Air travel